Parashat Naso. It's a long one, and there are so many topics in it. But little passage in the middle of the parasha, just before we get to that very long section of the princes giving their donations, their gifts at the dedication of the Mishkan. We have the words that many people know so well, the words we say Friday night to bless our children, Yevarechacha Hashem v'yishmerecha, the blessing that's put into the mouths of the Kohanim. And the obvious question is, why can't they just go up and give people their own individual blessing? Maybe they want to ad-lib, do their own thing. So quite simply, because sometimes we can look at a person and it's hard to formulate what they want. How do you know what they need? Maybe they want something and you think they need something else, and you're not really blessing them. You're giving them what you want rather than giving them what they need. And that's the first idea here. When you give someone a blessing, it's about them, it's not about you. You are a conduit. You're just a channel that the blessing can flow through. But in order to give someone a blessing, you've got to have an ayin tov, a good eye, in order to really understand what the person needs. Yevarechacha Hashem, may Hashem bless you. Says in it too something really quite beautiful. Hashem blesses each person with the blessing that they're engaged with. Someone that's engaged with Torah needs a bracha in Torah. Someone that's engaged in business needs a blessing for business. The guy in Torah doesn't need the business blessing because it's not relevant to him. But then we have another word, v'yishmerecha, and protect you and cherish you, guard you. Why would the bracha need to be protected? Surely a blessing is a wonderful gift. It should be devoid of any attacks. What's going on? Said the Netziv, because blessings can get out of control. You know, how many of us, I'm sure you've all thought about, fantasized about winning the lottery. Oh, what you could do with €118 million lottery jackpot. Be incredible. But the sad truth is, however excited it would be to fantasize over winning the lottery, so many of the big winners, their lives have completely fallen apart. They got what looked like a bracha, but it wasn't with v'yishmerecha. There was no protection. It fell apart. I'm sure there are other factors, of course. So a bracha needs protection. Someone that does very well in business can get out of control, can become so full of themselves, can become full of pride. Someone that learns Torah as well can walk around elevating himself over the population rather than recognizing it's morashaki, like Yaakov. Torah belongs to everybody. Someone knows it, they've got an obligation to teach it, to share it with those that don't. So wherever the Yevarechacha Hashem comes in, we daven to Hashem, we want Hashem also v'yishmerecha, to make sure that it's a bracha that comes in such a way that it's guarded and protected and nothing negative comes from it. So this Shabbat, when you're going to bless your children or you bless each other, think deeply what the person needs. Feel yourself as a conduit and daven not only that the person should be blessed, but the last part of that first sentence, v'yishmerecha, comes true as well. Shabbat Shalom.